Ulgrim that we saw previously. He is all business now, and that means Sky Captain Scarlet coming out. A little bit of movement speed coming in, going to take just a little bit away from the knockout potential, taking one out of that strength stat, but he's not. It's Scarlet. You're not going to feel that.
Yeah, I mean, going from 8 to 7, probably not going to notice too much, especially when you're going up against a 4 defense Dusk. Like, it's all going to hurt, and it's going to be on Phazon to avoid either getting hit or at least getting the better of the trades. Coming in with 7 going into that strength stance, so it's 7 strength and 7. We'll see who ends up winning out as we get right into game 1. Phazon, it's the first weapon.
Now, one thing I don't expect to see here that we did see previously against Cody Travis is I don't think there's going to be any gimme games like when Cody locked in random and got Lin Fei. This is going to be a fight to the bitter end between these two, and it is already coming out in favor of Cosolix. Nice little backdash there into the sidelight nair.
Cosolix gets behind Phazon's neutral eye and gets the punish. Cosolix with a big lead to start off this set. Coming out from Phazon.
Phazon throwing out a lot of signatures here, most of which are not even close.
I'm gonna say Phazon looking very awkward against Cosolix, just like very uncomfortable.
I thought that neutral stick was gonna hit.
Close. Sidelight recovery, catching the landing from Phazon. Cosolix, very real possibility of a 3-stock onto Phazon does start game number 1 of this best of 5.
Now, it's interesting that he went immediately in with a dash down heavy. Like, you usually do that right off of spawn if you can get a for sure knockout on your opponent. Like, that's what you do to kind of cover both sides when they're deep in the red and you know it leads to a knockout. Cosolix was in orange, and he's continuing this. We might not even see a knockout.
Oh
my
3-stock
gosh!
from Cosolix in the
Dusk.
losers semi. Final 196 put out from Phazon, 533 from Cosolix. If you looked at the damage done graph, Cosolix's would just be stairs going up to victory in game number 1.
I think they would be like really steep stairs too. Like, they are not to code. That's the like stairway into the basement from in a house that was built in like the 1940s.
Wait.
Where it's just you say a prayer before you go up and down those stairs because you know you're taking your own life in your hands.
3, 2.
Well, of course, Cosolix's lance is built to code, as that is his weapon of choice, and we get into game number 2. Phazon maybe paying homage to his teammate with the Barasa pick as we get right on into game number 2. Phazon, of course, no slouch on the blasters. One of the original. Yo, Cosolix is untouched.
That was a pure 0 to death. It was over a little bit more time than we expect the 0 to death from Cosolix to be, but still over a very short period of time, and he's continuing it. Going back to what you were saying earlier about this Barasa pick, he is a level 52 Barasa, so he has experience on this character. Of course, he has experience with the blasters in his hands. Maybe he's hoping the Axe and the Lance matchup is going to be favorable for him, but it's not. Cosolix is on fire right now.
Yo, the Phazon into Cosolix matchup is not in his favor for sure. Cosolix doing so incredibly well for himself. Gonna get caught by the down signature though. Still not quite enough to finish off that stock of Cosolix. Phazon with a weapon denial. Nice big down sig. Will get it this time. So no 3-stock for Cosolix, but still the damage has been done. Phazon bleeding out on the 2nd stock.
Some of these blasters are going to do him a little bit better than the Axe did earlier. Big Day are going to take away that stock almost immediately. Weapon toss goes up, grabs the Lance, doesn't even worry about juggling. He already has the weapon he wants. He doesn't care about delaying the weapon spawn. He's so far ahead.
Flash out. Phazon again trying to get these openers onto Cosolix, but he needs to get so many more hits onto Cosolix.
Oh,
big
man.
neutral signature. Big neutral signature. Cosolix gonna swap back over to the hammer, throws out the sig. You heard the startup of it, but Phazon was able to interrupt. Is again downlight. What in the world? Gravity cancel side heavy.
Yeah, I don't really know what Phazon's going for here. A very interesting choice. Gets the side signature. The
Just the side of
second
it.
blast. He's got Cosolix down to his final stock, but he's going to have to play near flawlessly here. The weapon coming in is going to be another set of blasters for Phazon. But Cosolix is just kind of avoiding him. You see him move in. Phazon grabs the axe, which we haven't seen too many hits from this game so far. The side air all but going to clean this one up. A lot of movement coming back in the recovery.
Rough.
It's under Phazon. The dare is going to be the one to give game 2 to Cosolix. Phazon now staring at 2 barrels, 2 of which having L's in them. Now this is a triple barrel shotgun. What's loaded in the 3rd barrel? Is it an L or is it a dub?
You know, I was really following what you were saying, but I was also really hoping that there was going to be some like Lance exhaust metaphor instead of a shotgun.
Nope.
Either way, Cosolix with the Lance, 1 game away from getting the dub, going into the losers final, guaranteeing a top 3 finish. And Phazon on the Diana. It's a high level Diana. It's definitely not something Phazon hasn't played before. But man, this is weird. This is Cosolix just destroying Phazon.
We'll see what these blasters are able to do. They were decent. Probably the best things that Phazon did last game were with the blasters, dodging through that ground pound that came out from Cosolix. We'll see if the bow, how much the bow is able to do against this Lance that Cosolix has. Is Phazon going to be able to go Diano mode? He's starting it off here with some good damage. One more hit, Cosolix will probably be in orange.
More down airs coming out from Phazon. Cosolix going to find the punish just underneath that gravity canceled downlight from Phazon. Slide charge. Punish attempt. No! Cosolix with the recovery. There's the down sig from Cosolix to take the first stock off of Phazon.
I wonder if he was trying to go for the down signature right on the corner, because you saw him turn around, and I don't think he went to throw out a light attack. So maybe he was expecting the cheeky D-Sig right on that corner that likely would have knocked out Cosolix. There's the recovery. Not quite enough.
Just going for the ground pound. Cosolix to the side of it. Did connect with a neutral air. If you're seeing the way Cosolix is moving out, could be threatening that recovery, but Phazon going to play that angle that the bow has with the down air to get the stock.
Yeah, I think diagonals are going to be Phazon's friend here with the down air and with the recovery. Even the nair getting right under Cosolix, maybe able to challenge Cosolix's nair. Oh, the neutral signature coming right in the bottom, tickling his feet, but with basically an intercontinental ballistic cruise missile.
Not the most enjoyable tickle for sure. Man, that thing, it was like it was losing momentum. It looked like it was going to be inactive, but still had the active frames for Cosolix to connect and get that stock off of Phazon. Cosolix just has to run through one more stock of Phazon to go on into losers final and fight against Boomy.
Oh,
no. That's the stock.
He's done.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Cosolix 3-0's Phazon. Holy cow. 471 damage. That is like 154 per stock. You turn
That's
red
hyper efficient.
at 150. What'd you say?
I said that's hyper efficient.
Yeah, absolutely. That is right when you turn red. He's getting that KO.
That was a very impressive showing from Cosolix. Phazon just looked like he got handled. Like there was very little points where Cosolix looked like he was on the back end, on the tail end of that one. And that means that Cosolix is going to earn his spot, guaranteeing a top 3 finish to go up against Boomy coming up in just a little bit. We're seeing him already locked in and ready to go. Boomy, of course, going to be coming in with the Garnet. On the other side, Cosolix going to swap back to Macho Man.
Yeah, he's starting game 1 with this, and I'm not quite sure how I feel. Maybe